Johnston. The Daniel Johnston reviews. Daniel,
Yeah.
month marks the release of a new album.
Yeah, I got a new album coming out.
It's called
Artistic Vice.
Artistic Vice. How did you come up with that name?
I don't know.
You don't know? No story behind it? Just
I was making some album covers, just like Fako album covers, you know, just making them up like Daniel Johnston sings heavy metal was one of them.
right?
And just threw a bunch of pictures and collages and stuff. And I was doing this one and just I wrote Artistic Vice on it, and there it was.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
What are some songs that we can look forward to hearing?
Well, you hear some of the old type rock and roll songs.
This is more like a rock and roll
More
album.
rockin' album with a band and everything.
Okay, who produced this album?
Kramer.
The famous Kramer of the group.
Bongwater and
Bongwater.
Butthole Surfers.
Right. But Water and Butthole Surfer fame.
And Shockbilly.
Shockbilly.
Yeah.
Okay. Who were some of the musicians on this particular
Well, we had
album?
Mike West,
Yes. He played.
bass,
Okay.
and we had Dale Dungeon,
On.
guitar,
Yes.
Don Spencer on Brent guitar, I had a lot of guitars. And we had Fred McMahon on drums. Most of these kids I met from church.
They're local boys.
Local guys, yeah, all local people.
Right.
The dentist and some other kids.
Okay, where did you record this album?
We recorded over at Chuck Pickleheimer's studio, who's now gone defunct.
Oh, it has.
He went out of business. He sold all his equipment.
Oh my, so you might have been really one of the last.
Probably the
people to
last
use.
thing that ever happened there, really.
You think
Good time.
it'll probably be a monument someday?
Yeah, if you can get up the hill. If you can get up the hill, it'd be mine, man. I have to see people try to get up that hill.
Do you have high hopes for this album?
I think it's gonna do real well because it's rock and roll and it's got a whole band and it's in the studio and everything and produced well and that. So I think it's more produced than say Hi How Are You was.
Right. Do you think? How would you compare this to some of your other?
But I wouldn't really compare it because it's really different. It's like it's really rocking, you know.
How about in the future after this? What are your plans?
Make more records, keep making records.
What could we look forward to? What?
Well, I've been thinking about maybe I might make that Daniel Johnston Sings heavy metal album.
That might be the next project.
No.
What will be the next project?
The next thing I want to do is a gospel album.
The gospel album.
Yeah.
You covering gospel songs?
No, I'm writing my own.
Oh, that's good. That's a new look at it. Have you wrote any yet?
Yeah, I wrote most of them already a couple years ago. I never got around to recording them.
So now you're going to get around to doing that, right?
Yeah.
Good. Daniel, where did it all begin for you?
Well, my father and my mother were together. There was an ejaculation. I sprung forth. It was a hard race. We were going as fast as I could, but I was faster than anybody, and I made it.
Right. And where were you born at?
California.
And you lived there how long?
A year.
You don't remember anything
No.
of those times. Then you moved to
Utah.
Utah. How long were you there?
3-4 years.
Do you have any memories of?
Yeah, I can remember a little bit. It was a lot of Presbyterians, and there was lots of kids to play with. And then when we moved out here, there wasn't anybody around at all. And so I started drawing pictures.
So you were more interested in art than music,
Yeah, I didn't know much about music except for the Monkees.
right?
And I love the Monkees. I still love the Monkees.
You still listen to them to this day?
Yeah.
What kind of art? How old were you when you became interested in art?
4 years old.
You started drawing and now.
Something told me I was going to be famous.
What were your
What?
What were your early inspirations as far as art?
Stickman, and then Jack Kirby. That was older. I was probably like 9 or 11. I used to just draw I had a few comic books, so I make up my own characters and that. Stick me.
Did this gain you attention, fame?
Yeah, when I went to school, the teachers would make a fuss over me, and I thought it was great, Yeah, I loved to get attention.
Right.
And when they'd hang my pictures up the wall, or they'd take me to another part of the building to talk to another teacher to show them my picture. It was really good, outrageous. Really, it was great. I don't think anybody much could really get going much without any encouragement.
Right.
So I like to say, if there's anybody out there that doesn't have any encouragement, hey, go for it.
Who were some of the people who gave you encouragement?
Well, when I was younger, it was my mother. She kept buying me paper to draw on and stuff, And then when I got to school, it was more the teachers.
Would encourage your art?
Yeah.
What? Your junior high years.
Yeah, it's sad.
Can you tell us anything?
I just got depressed, and I couldn't stop being depressed, and I just went crazy, I was completely out of my head. I couldn't think straight.
Pretty bad time.
Yeah.
When did you come out of that?
In high school, around the time I met Mr. Ron Harris.
That would probably been about 11th grade.
The era of the Dead Dog's Eyeball.
The year of the Dead Dog's Eyeball. Tell us about the Dead Dog's
Well,
Eyeball.
I was sort of into the Beatles, but not completely. I just had a tape, and I was listening after listening to them. Even though I wouldn't know what all the songs were about, I just feel good after listening. So one time I was looking at the lyric sheet, and on I Am the Walrus it says, yellow matter crusted dripping from a dead dog's eye. And I thought, hey, that's really neat. So I started drawing these dead dog's eyeballs everywhere. I just went crazy. I thought, that's the most creative line in poetry I've ever heard. I said that out loud or something. And so, I just draw the dead dog's eyeballs, and then, it was like a fad.
So you would say that the Beatles were an early influence on you?
Well, I never decided I wanted to do music until I knew about the Beatles, and I wanted to be like them, just exactly like them.
Okay, what other musical influences?
Well, Bob Dylan, Who, Randy Newman, the Beatles, and all their solo albums, and Butthole Surfers, and Boys of 13. Harry Nilsson. Now I like Andy Williams.
Andy Williams.
Moon River.
Is he like a big influence at the moment?
Well, tell me what Moon River's about. It's the most mysterious song. I'm catching you in style. I'm going that mile someday.
I don't think. Read a recent interview. He doesn't even know what it means. He didn't write the song. He just recorded it. A group that you liked early on was Queen.
That's right. I forgot to mention them.
What did you like about the Queen?
They were absolutely fantastic. My brother bought a couple of their records, and his record used to play one side and then play it over again, kept playing it. I would just let it go for hours on one side, drawing pictures of ogre battle with a big one-eye monster. It was just so fantastic. So at the beginning, I was trying to do what they were doing. And Ron would come over and I'd say, well, this is going to have 100 pianos echo here and a big chorus of angels singing, And I tried to do that, but I couldn't quite do it. But when I heard the Beatles, I said, this is more what I could do. Because the songs were simple enough that you can understand them. Really, like most of Queen's songs, like Moon River, are a mystery. And I Am the Walrus is a mystery also, but most of the songs were love songs and things you could understand,
Right. So I really, listening to your albums, I see no Queen influence. Would you agree with that? True?
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? I'm caught in a long slide. Landslide. No escape from reality.
When did you write your first song?
The first song I remember trying to make is called, I don't know what it's called, but it goes like this. Flash lightning past my window. Tune up Frankenstein. I don't care. You don't scare me.
So that was the first.
That was the first. That's all as far as I got.
And then?
But I used to love Frankenstein when I was a kid, though. And then when we had the Edgar Winter White single, you know, and I'd put it on at parties and pretend like I was Frankenstein and stuff.
When did you really get seriously into songwriting?
Not until I met this girl that I fell in love with, Lori. And she more or
Inspired
less
you.
got me going, yeah.
But you wrote songs before that.
Yeah, I was trying.
Your voice.
You never tell how good it's going to be. I think I sang with some good microphones that sounded real good, like when I sang with the Butthole Surfers. You know, but you sing with the little things and it doesn't sound as good. I think I sing better than I used to. And
who was an inspiration to you as far as your voice goes? I mean, you don't have...
John Lennon.
John Lennon?
Yeah.
How about Bob Dylan?
Oh yeah, a lot in the older days, because my voice gets like that too, you know, it's kind of gruffy and stuff, but he can sound great too, you know, when he sings, hey, lay lady lay, his voice, he sounds like a Johnny Cash or something. It sounds a lot better. If he gets the right microphones, people give him the right microphones, and he's in a good frame of weather, I know he can sing good too, so.
Well, you're basically what I'm trying to drive at is, you can tell your fans out there that just because you really don't sound like Frank Sinatra. You don't have a Sinatra voice, but you can make it without having like the greatest voice in the world if you can sing.
I hope to get better, so you know.
I think you have.
Yeah.
I
think you know. Let's say 1990, it sounded a lot better than Yip Jump Music, which just came out before that. But when I was doing Yip Jump Music, I lived with my brother, and I was like turning into a little kid. I was singing like this little child.
Well, listening.
It really was. It was happening to me. I was becoming younger.
Yeah, listening back to your first tapes, you know, it seems like it sounds like a different person singing the songs as far as the voice goes. The voice, your singing voice.
Doesn't it sound different than from Yip Jump Music? Sounds like completely different.
Right.
Yeah, I keep changing. And then by the time I got to Austin and started handing out the Hi, How Are You and Yip Jump tapes, I'd give the tapes to people and we really like this, we want to see it. And then I'd come sing, and I start singing, I start sounding like Johnny Cash because I was singing real low, you know. I don't know what the thing was. You know, I'm changing all the time, you know.
So you were heavily inspired by a woman?
Yeah.
And you wrote many songs?
That's the big thing about this new album. It's mostly about her.
But you wrote many songs in the past about her also.
Yeah. But I've never like tried to present her with something as well as produced, you know. Or I never even, you know, I never showed her any song about her.
So this album, most of the songs are about her?
Yep. Songs I didn't even realize were about her. I'm writing about her all the time in my sleep. I'm writing songs right now that I don't even know it.
Daniel Johnston, the interview continues. Daniel, can I ask you, like, you know, about certain people, events, and you can just give me what your feelings are on them?
Anything.
Okay, Daniel. John Lennon.
John Lennon is the soul of my heart. John Lennon saved me, pulled me out of the darkness, and brought magic into my life. I love him now, forever, and always will.
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney has been a friend of mine for many years. Played with the greatest band in the world, the Great Magic Band, the Beatles, and it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, the Beatles were, I can't tell you how much together it was so great. And his solo albums, every one I've studied and gone over, I love him. Band on the Run, Red Rose Speedway, Ram, and many.
You also happened to see him in concert finally.
I saw him in concert. He was like Superman.
You enjoyed the concert, I would say.
I feel I'm repressing my enthusiasm to even say that being able to see a Beatle live, and even if he wasn't a Beatle, it would have been awesome, you know, to see him. I feel the weight of myself talking about this, knowing that he's gone through so many hard times and pressure being who he is and the different things. It's the same. I feel the same way about other people that I've been with. It's like, but I tell you, and I believe that the Beatles will return to their former glory and rule the world once again.
Well, how is this possible with unfortunate assassination of John?
Well, I wouldn't pull seconds on John Lennon just saying give up on him just because he's dead.
Out of all the Beatles, I mean, I don't want you to have to pick and choose and have to hurt somebody's feelings, but number one Beatle.
You're not gonna make me number the Beatles. That one.
No, I just want number one Beatle.
John Lennon, you know. But,
it's John then, huh?
yeah. But I'll tell you, if any of the Beatles had been different,
it wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been like it was. It couldn't have been. Absolutely impossible. It was impossible that they even got together. It was too incredible. The times when I was just getting into the Beatles when I was about 18 or 19 was the same time when all these Apple records were on sale at the bargain bin for like 99 cents or 50 cents or usually 99 cents or so. And being into the Beatles, I bought every one of her solo albums and listened to them and took them to school and talked and raved about them. Excuse me.
What happened to your? What happened to a big part of your Yoko collection?
Well, anybody knows Kelsey Hayward, see him on the street, chase him down and make him give me my Yoko albums back.
He borrowed them, and the rest is history, as they say.
Never saw him again.
12 years later, he's probably still listening to Yoko.
Probably. And do him good. You could do him good.
Would you consider Yoko a big influence?
Oh yeah, I used to always say that. One of my first big interviews I ever had, I said, John Lennon. Yoko as much as John, I said. You know? Because that, like Revolution 9, and just all the ideas they use and sounds like that and everything, I think it's cool to hear a lot of bands that did that too and carried on with those ideas. They've been done before, but it was never done that successfully, and that was Yoko and John project. And then all her solo albums, and especially her Plastic Ono Band album. Really loved her.
Bob Dylan.
You know, the thing about Bob Dylan is I was listening to the Beatles and I was thinking about writing songs myself. And in high school, hanging around the Ron, and I thought, well, when I sing, I'll just sound just like the Beatles, not having tried to sing. So I tried to sing and it didn't quite come out good. Then I got a hold of some Dylan albums and I said, hey, I can do that. But Dylan was absolutely fantastic, surrealistic, Tyrone-hominic, if you know what that word means. Just flabbergasted. I sound like Merv Griffin. But and when we saw it, when we went to see the Slow Train Coming album tour, he waved at me. Remember? So he goes like this. Because I was jumping up and down. I couldn't stop.
So in a way, he was kind of passing the torch to you.
You think that's maybe what he meant by that? I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? I don't know. It's kind of like when I went to see Elvis Costello, and that song on Trust, it says, if you're young and original, get out before, but don't forget to watch your step. And I always took that personally. If you're young and original like I was thinking, yeah, I want to be a songwriter just like Elvis, get out before, then get to watch your step. Like get out there and get going, right? Or whatever. So in the concert, when he sings that line he starts singing the song, and when he comes to the line, and I'm looking up to him, right while I sing the line, he looks right over and looks me right in the eye. If you're young and original, get out before. And I'm going, that was a startling type of event.
Yeah, back to when we were talking about Bob Dylan, you said when you first started singing, were you disappointed when you heard your voice?
Yeah, I really was, because I used to lead the singing when I was a little kid at church, right? And I could hit all the high notes and everything, but when you do the change, and when I did the change, my voice changed, and it was quite gruffy. As it one, I reviewer wrote, he said, sounds like Neil Young with sandpaper in his mouth or something. I don't know. But I know what he meant. But I was trying my best. I really was.
Well, I think
It was hard, you know.
I think you've progressed.
I think I'm going to be a really good singer once I get hold of the big microphones, and I think everybody would be surprised. I'll take better care of my throat. So I'm going for the big time. I'm going to make it right. Have a big time band. It'll be cool. Many years down the line.
You feel is your greatest achievement?
Well, that'd have to be Grievances, which was one of the first songs I ever really completed that I liked, and because it was about her, about Lori, and I just worked so hard on that song. Each line was like I saw a cow and I put it in a song. I saw this big cow at this guy's house, and I thought, I'm going to put that in a song. That's how it got in, you know. And then, like, one line I remember, I was riding in the dark and I pulled my car over and a police car was coming up, turned all my lights out, and as he was passing by, I was real slowly, I was writing down that line of song. And so, and then so after that, I started playing a game where I'd take lines from the song and make a whole song out of it, like Almost Got Hit by a Truck, you know, songs about funeral homes.
Librarian Said.
The Librarian Said, yeah.
Lori Allen, tell me how you met her.
Well, I was just going to this college there in Kent, and
Kent State Circle.
right, and so I'm just sitting there, and feeling just terribly miserable. I had such a bad time, miserable. Worked at a pottery and stuff, and so then she walked and she sat down, and I was like, I couldn't believe she was, you know, I saw her glowing.
You thought this girl was
Excellent.
most beautiful girl you ever seen.
It was more than that. It was like, it was magic again. It was like the Beatles. You know, it was magic. And I ran up and I changed all my classes to fit the classes that she was going, because I had to be there wherever she was, you know. And I asked them, I said, what classes is Lori Allen in? And they gave me the records to look at. And I,
You just asked what classes she
I
had,
know,
and
they
gave
gave
her
me
the
the
records?
records. They just gave them to me. You know. But
It's like
you know
they
what?
had to
When
cooperate.
I'm determined to do something, I can usually somehow get it done. Just somehow pull it off somehow. I don't understand.
You won't give up.
Yeah, I said, I need Lori Allen's schedule, please. For 1 minute. It's just somehow, if you really want something enough, if you can say it the right way, you get away with it. So I changed all my classes to hers. And actually, I can't remember that much about it. All that I can remember is that I was just crazy about her. And
She worked at the bookstore?
Yeah.
At the college?
And I go to the bookstore and just talk to her for 3 hours or so. And she, like, hardly even got a chance to get a word in. Actually, I don't know much about her personally, but she told me that much. It was just like I was talking all the time. And so it's happiness, and you can't shake it.
What? This was roughly 10 years ago.
Yeah, 1980, 79, 1980.
80, 81, around that. I think 1980s, 80 was the year.
80s, yeah.
What happened to Lori?
She got pregnant.
By you?
Yeah. How am I supposed to do that 5 miles away?
Oh, it wasn't you then.
Oh, maybe it could have been me. I left my window open one night and I squirted out the window. It went flying up, some bird got it, its feet dropped it down on Lori's house.
In other words, that's the only way that could have happened. Yes, okay. And she got married.
Yeah.
And she has like 4 kids now.
Yeah, she has quite a few.
Have you, this has been 10 years ago, have you heard from her since?
I got to thinking, I thought, what am I going to do? And then I thought about, I have all these old books from the bookstore, and her aunt runs the bookstore. So I thought maybe I can get her address and write a letter to her, right? So I take these little books, and then her aunt starts talking about her and everything, and I says, "Oh, I'd really like to. Could you give her her address? I'll write her a letter." And she said, "I'll just call her." And I tell you, it was like an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
This was this year, right?
Yeah, she started dialing those numbers, and I'm looking at that phone. Nah, 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 nah. And the phone starts coming at me, you know. I had up the end, and she starts talking. I went, I can't believe it's you. I can't believe it's you. I said it about 10 times. So after that, I tried to call her back, and it wasn't very successful.
She inspired a lot of songs.
Yeah.
The Songs of Pain album, was it mostly about her? Or that time period?
There's a lot about her, but mostly it's because of her that all that happened, you know.
Has she ever heard any of your music?
I played her. How it started once is I played her a couple of songs I made up for her to amuse her, right? And she said, you know, you do that really well. That's all it took. I was at the piano every day after that.
Well, I can remember in the early '80s coming over here. This was like during the days when you didn't have a job and that you were just kind of hanging around the house all day.
Yeah.
And you'd bang that piano all day, right?
Yeah.
Writing songs.
Yeah. Well, I didn't write as many songs back then as I did like melodies and chord structures. It was like I just kept making up little tunes and stuff, and then if a word got going, words kept going, I'd finish it, right? Then when I went down to Texas, I thought, let me see, every time I start, I'll try to finish it, you know what I mean? And so that's how I got the whole Yip Jump tape. I took a new theory of doing it. But like I'd get, 2 songs a week the way I was the other way, and I like about 20 hours of playing and 2 songs, so.
But the important thing was
I was going for it. I want to be like that again. That's how I hope to make a living and be able not to have to work all day and that. And so just to spend have the all day to spend my time writing songs again. That's what I wish it was.
You mentioned Yip Jump Music, which was made when?
Yeah, 1983, summer of '83.
Okay, where were you at when you recorded this?
I was living with my brother and my sister-in-law, and came down to
In Austin?
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah, I had to move down to Texas because my brother offered to take me in and all that, and
There's no jobs
there were
right
no
around
jobs
here.
or anything. I had to go. I really didn't want to go, and I also thought that it was more or less I thought I was going to come home, but then when I get down there, the way they start talking, I found out they more or less decided that I was going to stay and get a job and get my own place.
You think this decision probably changed your life?
Oh yeah, everything, everything, totally.
What?
It was for the better in the long run.
Okay, looking at it, if you wouldn't in the spring of 1983, if instead of going down to Texas, you'd have just stayed here.
Yeah.
And you never would have made that move. Where would you be at right now?
Well, I never would have been on MTV.
Yes.
It's a series of events that led me, like
right.
Some kind of goofball road. You ever see those road maps on a Laurel and Hardy movie? They start going this way, and they end up there. That's what I did. Ended up in Austin.
So where would you be at today if you hadn't went?
Probably right here, except you wouldn't be here. Nobody would be here. Nobody cared.
Oh. Let me mention a couple songs from Yip Jump.
Okay.
And you tell me what it's about, your feelings on the album, a story maybe, about what the song's about.
All right.
Sorry, Entertainer.
Well, I kind of wrote the riff for that before I left. But when I went back down, I had this little cutout of a monkey that was like weaving with those points and with nylon strips. They make a little Art Deco type stuff or whatever. It was a little monkey, and I took a little picture of it and pasted it on the wall on the top of the page. And I said, what is that little monkey? And so I started I'm a sorry. I'm a monkey. I'm a what was it about? No, it was I'm a loner. Now you know when I wrote this, I thought everybody's gonna come up to me and say, "You stole that off of Neil Young." But I swear to God, I've never mentioned this to anybody. But nobody's ever come up and told me, said, "Loner." He never said that, but that was where it came from. Was his song where it goes, "He's a loner." Remember that song?
Right.
Right. And so that's what I thought everybody would say, but nobody ever said that.
Nobody ever caught it.
Nobody ever said it. I just thought they'd be coming out of the woodwork, you know.
The Beatles.
The Beatles. Now, when I listened to the Beatles immensely, and I didn't know what I was going to do when I moved down to Texas because I couldn't bring all my Beatle albums. I could have, but I didn't. So we went down, and I kind of missed the Beatles. And then I started fiddling around on the dial, and this guy goes, number 9 on your dial, the BTL station, 24 hours Beatles." And so I listened to it all day long, like everything. It was just so fantastic, interviews and little bootleg cuts and stuff. And so I was thinking about them all the time again. And so I just put it together as a little story. And so, it's kind of like I was trying to make like a Michael Jackson melody from the Michael Jackson 5s, mind you, in those early days, like ABC, like, it was sort of like dun dun dun, sort of like that. How does it go? Dun 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 dun, kind of like a Motown. That's what I was thinking.
When you wrote the
probably
song.
nobody would think
Never
about that.
make that connection either.
Yeah.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Now, see, the thing about Casper is, I never thought much about Casper. I never even looked much at the comic books. When I moved down, living with my brother, and my sister-in-law, who was a witch. I mean, how I verify is that she just treated me
Horribly.
And always yelling at me all the time and everything. And so she'd be yelling at me all the time, and I was allowed to drink tea with no sugar in it, which of course tasted awful, but the water tasted worse. So I would be drinking this tea. They had all these glasses with cartoon characters. And every time it turned out that she was yelling at me, I'd look at my glass and I'd see the little Casper there. It seemed like they always ended up with Casper. And I thought that he sort of sympathized with me, right? Or I identified with him or something. And so that went, and then one night right before the Twilight Zone, I started to get the words, and they have the Twilight Zone thing, and then they have the Twilight Zone start a commercial, Twilight Zone thing, right? Twilight Zone, then a commercial, and then it comes right on and starts the show. So during that commercial, I finished it off in about 5 seconds. Hey, hello!
What's that?
That's Ron Harris filming you.
Oh. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah? Say something.
Hi. I'm going to set the table for both of you and for submarine sandwich
Would you like to say everything?
Sure.
and peach pie with ice cream.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah. There's going to be some people over tonight. Yeah.
Just a couple.
Yeah, old people. Older people. I didn't mean that derogatory.
They are old, and your dad and I are old too.
Hey, we're old too.
You
We're
know, we
catching up
had
with
Danny in our old age. So we're old.
you. Well,
A song off of Yip Jump Music that made you a few bucks, Rocket Ship.
the thing about that was my friend David Thornberry, we were writing back and forth, and he was sending me tapes a lot. And it really kind of kept me going, even though it seemed like the odds were against me, and I was working at the amusement park and all that. And I kind of had the idea to do a song for him, because he likes science fiction. So that was my idea. In the song, there were sexual implications that most people don't realize. But I thought it, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going. The sky's blurry. We're going fast. Nobody ever seemed to catch that.
Catch that either.
Huh?
Nobody caught that either.
No, nobody ever,
And later, this song was,
covered by the Dead Milkmen.
it was on their album,
Buckeye Fellini.
right. And it made you a few bucks.
That was the most money I ever made off a song like that. So
Did you feel like there was anything special about that? I mean, was that just another song you wrote until they covered it? Or did
Oh,
you
I
think
liked
that,
it. You know, I liked all the songs.
I know you like all your songs, but did you think that was like, is that like anything special, or was it just another one of the songs you liked?
I thought it was a real science fiction thing. Planet X. There's this girl there. Her name is X. I say, hello, you don't know me. Hello, you don't know me, but I don't know you either. It was sort of a thing. Our home is the rocket ship. Sort of a domestic type of scientific sex fusion.
What did you think of the Dead Milkman's version?
I liked it a lot. I put it on a lot of tapes.
Good.
I make tapes all the time. I put it on tapes all the time.
Speaking of another song of yours that was been covered, we mentioned Sorry Entertainer, right?
Yeah.
That was covered, right?
No. Yeah, by somebody once.
Okay, Speedy Motorcycle. Okay, Speedy
yeah,
Motorcycle.
That's been covered a couple times.
And who had the best version of it?
Well, both versions were pretty good.
Yola Tango.
Oh, I don't like their version.
You don't like their version?
No.
Oh, I thought that was good.
You have that tape?
Yeah, that's a good
Do
tape.
you really like it?
Oh, I like the tape. Yeah, I like this one.
I don't. I sang that with them again over the phone on the radio. Have you ever heard that?
Right.
I thought that sounded all right. I can't recall the other band that did it.
Okay, the song one of the other highlights, many highlights of Yip Jump music was Danny Don't Rap.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that today. That's pretty weird. Yeah, I was walking through the woods and I found this newspaper, and it couple years old, been a couple years old. Rock star, Danny Rap, rock star, suicide victim or something like that. And I just took I wish I had the notebook, but I just took the words practically right out of the article. I just made them rhyme.
And it was about
Danny Rap of Danny and the Juniors that recorded at the Hop. Now at first I couldn't remember, I was writing the songs, but I couldn't remember how At the Hop went, right? But then on came the radio, just an ad for some oldies record or something, and it just had a very short clip of it. You can rock it, you can bop it, you can rock it, you can bop it, At the Hop, ooh, then that was it.
You added that onto the...
So I added that into the thing, because now I knew how the song went. Yeah.
You also kind of paid tribute in that to Don McLean and Vincent.
Yeah, I was listening a lot to Don McLean's, the American Pie album a lot there, and so it was,
So you added that on there. Was there any reason?
Well, it just can't seem to fit in,
I agree.
Yeah.
How about the song King Kong?
Well, the thing that got me going is that I had seen it once on Laserdisc at this girl's house. She invited me out to her house, and I walked like 5 miles to see it. And this was in West Virginia. And when I got there, she was pretty disappointed because I really did want to see it. I think I didn't give her I wanted to see the movie, And so I had the whole film memorized, what I've seen. And then when I was in Texas, there came an advertisement on TV. What's going on, Dad? To put
I don't know.
put King Kong was going to be on TV, right? But I couldn't find out what time it was going to be on. Now I even went to a TV station to ask him what time it was on or something. I was like driving around trying to figure out what time it was on, or if I could get it or whatever. And all I could do was think about it. So I finally wrote the song, in the chronological order of the movies I had it memorized.
Okay, so you did the King Kong song. How about Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Your Grievances?
Well, of course the song Grievances in the Bible says don't let the sun go down on your grievances about people when they're married. In other words, don't be angry at each other and wake up the next morning and still be angry at each other, and the middle part was an old song that I had.
So it was, God.
Well, I was mowing the lawn one day, and I think I'd seen the That's a Great Life, or whatever. What's that?
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. And I was crying and stuff, and I was driving around, and I just started getting this idea about God is still creative, God makes me glad, and others, it's not just, it didn't just end, you know, when he made the earth and everything. He's still creative, still moving, still got the ideas, the power of ideas, because he knows everything to make you happy if you let him do it.
I Love for Love.
Well, when I was working in the amusement park, there was this one girl who wasn't all that attractive. Now that I think about it, and I thought about it, wasn't I? But she was like the only girl to talk to, and like other guys were always talking to her and stuff. Hello, how you doing there?
Hi.
How's it going? There's this girl that worked at the amusement park, and so I was always talking to her. She worked on the weekends, on Saturday. So I can hardly wait on Saturday to see her, 'cause I live for love. And it's kind of all the poets have said it, more or less. The moon and the stars, they know how I feel.
How about Museum of Love?
Well, that was a very complicated song that I wrote before I left to go to Texas. See, I had all these songs, and I was like thinking, I'm gonna get this out of my system. This is it. No more songs about Lori. And so I wrote those songs before I left to Texas, and it kind of wrapped it all up, like Museum of Love. And I remember painfully sort of all wrapped it up for me at that point. So that's why on Yip Jump Music I felt so free to try to sing about other topics, or just looking for a song to sing about anything, like Speedy Motorcycle. I thought in a little carnival ad in the newspaper, you know, see the Speedy Motorcycle or something. And
So sometimes the songs write themselves, like the Danny Don't Rap.
that's right. They write themselves.
They're all there.
That's what. And see, I haven't written for such a long time, but I would say if people get into the idea of start working, right, the songs will just pop out of the sky.
How about one of my favorite songs on Yip Jump Music, Chord Organ Blues?
Yeah, actually, I have to confess, and this is a big confession. I wrote that song before I went to Texas.
Oh, you did?
Well, knowing that I'd be asking my brother, my son, my nephew to loan me his chord organ that I originally bought, and then my mom took back and sent it to him. And so I thought, what do I do? What, you know, I just planned it out like I'm a comic book writer, and I'm like the story of Daniel or something. You know what I mean? And so I had the idea. Well, I'll write the song on chording. So I wrote it before I left, most of it. So there. So.
That was a great song, I thought, to lead off the album with.
Yeah, it was kind of like, you know.
Dead Lover's Twisted Heart.
I wrote that one time when I was talking to somebody on the phone, and I told him I'd call him right back, and I said, I'll write a song and I'll call you right back. That just came out.
And you wrote a song?
And I wrote that. And I really like it, man. I think that, I mean, I wish I could write songs that good again eventually.
Word shoes.
Well, let's see. I think I got to getting the idea about, because I was wearing these shoes and they were always too tight. And I worked at this amusement place, and you could buy your own shoes. You had to wear the Astroworld shoes. But I couldn't never find the shoes I wanted or something. How did I get started right now? I don't even remember.
Can't remember?
Yeah.
Almost got hit by a truck.
Well, in the song, if you listen to it, I can't even remember what it says, but it was taking different points in my life when I almost got hit by a truck. Like I was rocking across the road to go to my friend's house, and I wasn't looking, and I almost got hit by a truck. And then almost got hit by a truck is in grievances, too.
How about The Creature, Third Chair?
Well, my brother had the trumpet there, and I used to play trumpet, so I made up this trumpet background. And then I was thinking kind of about the creature from the Black Lagoon, who's like the same kind of he was like sort of making sexual advances to this girl in the movie. If you see it, he keeps like attacking her and taking her down into his lagoon and stuff. So it was sort of like that, you know.
Sweetheart.
Well.
Well.
Well, there was this girl, and she was nude model at Kent State. And so I made up these excuses to go to her house 2 times to make a movie that never got done. So it didn't happen. But well, she said we were just laying on the ground in this room where she said her grandfather died or something, and she started to take off her shirt. Then she started laughing, and I didn't know what to do. And then she said, "Give me your hand," and I thought, I don't know. She said, "Don't you want to touch me?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Oh, it's, then we just fell asleep."
Was this
So she understood it. Huh?
Was this the girl that you went to Pittsburgh to see?
Yeah.
Okay. I can remember that.
No, not the Pittsburgh. Yeah, she lives in Pittsburgh, but there's another Pittsburgh group too.
Yes, there is.
The art show, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I remember you went up there and you stayed for a week or so, something like that.
That was a different girl.
Okay. Love Defined.
Well, that's, my mother showed that to me in the Bible. And so I took it down and started writing it, putting it to music. It's directly out of the Bible. And when it came to the part, love does not insist in its own way, I decided to make it into the grievance chorus, if I had my own way. And it worked out perfectly. Love, if I had my own, love does not insist in its own way. Dun, 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 dun. So it was surprising.
Rarely.
Rarely. Well, rarely is also taken from grievances when it says, I rarely have my own way. So I kind of trying to immortalize myself in the song where I think that I can live on in your heart long after I'm dead.
And I remember painfully.
Well, that was one. That was the whole thing was about, about Lori and about I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'll tell you. It was just like the whole story, really. But I remember it was love, but what is it now? It's pain. So.
I think we've covered every song off that album, so we will let you use the facilities.
All right, thank you very much. Been touring around on stripe like this in the world? Never. I'm telling you because I know. I've been there. Where? Planet Earth. I'm standing on it right now. There's a lot of trouble here. Strife. Turmoil. The risk of repeating myself, I will say. Turmoil. Strife. Hardship.
We get the point, Daniel.
All right. What can we do? Recycle cans? Is that going to help?
I don't know, Daniel.
And all the turmoil, problem,
strife
would be music.
You think?
Yes. Just ask any old leaf blowing along down the road. The answer, my friend, is blowing around, you know what I mean? It's been here all along. And it's music. Music. That's right. Music.
Music?
Turmoil, strife.
Johnston, for sale. Your parents are selling your house, is that true?
That's right. I'm not going to let them happen.
You're not going to let them happen?
We're going to take over.
Or let it happen?
We're going to start going door to door for nickels and dimes. We're sticking around, man.
Well, when are you starting to go around for nickels and dimes?
Now, please. Nickels and dimes, mail it. Hey, a nickel and a dime will cost more to mail. Just flip in a dollar bill. There goes your beeper. There's a nice yellow tree. I'll stand in front of that. See that there?
There
Ladies
you go.
and gentlemen,
Daniel
time has
Johnston.
come to make sense out of my
Life,
my nonsense ramblings, the events, the characters. That's right. It all makes sense. If you think about it. If you think about it. And if you do figure it out, mail me a letter and let me know, will you? Please. Please. like falling
You
leaves.
seem to be in the picture all the time, Daniel.
Well, I thought I was just in a distraction. What's going on? You want me to talk while you film trees? Like fallen leaves and crab grass, so are the days of my strife. Oh, I must have walked up and down this driveway a zillion times to get the mail. But I never got a letter from you. That's right, dear viewer. Where are the letters? I want to know. I want you to write me. I'll walk down this road and get a letter from you.
How long you lived here, Daniel?
Oh, all my life, since I was 3.
And you're now
30.
30. God.
So that was a while ago. I lived in Texas for a while. I lived on the streets of New York. That's what I guess I have to do again. Live out in the streets. Bumming. Strifing. Hard times.
How are the hard times going to begin?
Well, when I die. That's the house I lived in. The house I grew up in. A lot of hard times, strife. Hard times and strife, man.
Is that your new album?
I was thinking about having an album called The Living Blues of Daniel Johnston.
That's an idea. Maybe
It'll
for
be
the
all
next
blues
one.
songs, you know.
Maybe for the next one.
Could be. I got so many ideas, I don't know what to do. Car? My
Get
car.
in your
is it
house
there?
here.
This is my house.
There's your car over there.
That's my car. It's an Eagle. Get on here.
There's Daniel Johnston.
Can hardly speak now. My mouth is so dry.
Why is that?
Every time I get to thinking about Mountain Dew.
Daniel Johnston stands alone in his field. The famous Queen.
She's queen number 4.
Queen number 4.
Yeah.
How many have I known? A couple?
Couple. Hey, you know what we ought to do?
What's that?
Get some of them cigarettes.
Daniel Johnston sitting alone in this field.
Yeah.
Got many days and nights this summer sitting in this position
Yeah, we
right
did.
here,
Yeah,
haven't we?
right here, looking out in the,
Drinking party pop and
watching the cars go by.
you smoking your cigarettes.
Yeah.
A bad habit you picked up.
It's been quite a summer. Quite a summer. One reason I smoked is because the Beatles smoked. I figured if the Beatles did pop an acid.
It took you this long to figure out the Beatles smoke, so that's why you are?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Called up this editor one time of a magazine, and I called him like the day before, and I called him again. He says, "What do you think you are, the center of the universe?"
What'd you say?
I thought, wow, he's freaking out a little bit. And then I thought, maybe he's trying to let me know something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like maybe I am just another one of those people.
Bug on the windshield of life.
No, I don't believe that.
A pimple on the horse's butt of life.
No. More like a rash that's spreading fast.
Then you have to scratch at it all the time.
No. It's a good kind of rash. It's kind of like, I'm afraid I'll say something stupid and ruin everything, but I am.
Superman.
No.
I can do anything.
You got me wrong. You got me all wrong. I just want to give to the people, Ron. Let them be happy for a little bit. The people. The strife. Maybe I seem unsincere. Too fat. I see what you mean, but the people, I love them.
You're a people person then.
I'm a people person. But I don't like Barbra Streisand.
Why Barbra Streisand?
People who need people are the luckiest people in the world.
Do you think she's being phony with that
Well, I don't
statement?
know. People who need people are the luckiest people. Is that what they said? Or the happiest people? I mean, I don't understand that. There's so many people today, more than there's ever been, and I know. Oh, you might read a comic book and you think that some superhero, all he thinks about is all the monsters because he's fighting them all the time. But he's fighting for the people. Talking your mortals.
You're fighting for the people?
Yeah.
Well, you're coming out of retirement then. You were a retired boxer.
Yeah,
Are you
I've
making
been
your
to that
comeback?
before a number of times. I'm trying to make a comeback again.
How did you feel the other night at the Bob Mould concert when Vic Chestnut, the folk singer who opened up for him, goes, in between songs he says, "I ain't no Danny Johnston, I ain't no Lenny Kravitz."
Well, I tell you, I looked around. I was looking around to see if anybody was looking at me, and nobody was looking at me. But everybody was laughing, so maybe it was better that they didn't know who I was.
Well, yeah, I guess if you think about it, how many people would go somewhere and expect to see you? I mean, you wouldn't be in their thoughts like, oh, I'll probably see Danny Johnston today.
Well, I was hoping that someday, like, Entertainment Tonight would be, every night or so, every other night, or every week or every month or so. Would be saying something about me. Oh, Daniel Johnson showed up at the 51 Club or something.
But that's kind of like,
You think that's selling out?
no, I don't. I think not selling out, but that's kind of just like a
Avoiding yourself.
Madonna thing.
Well, I would
mean,
never
yeah.
show my breast to
You
the
wouldn't.
camera.
Well, you do have
That
some.
was terrible, wasn't
You
it?
do have some.
I'm sorry.
You do have some standards then.
Yes, I really would. I would never. Maybe I would make an X-rated film, but I would never just walk around and be naked for no reason.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the Entertainment Tonight thing's kind of just like a celebrity kind of thing, where I mean they're meaningless people that they talk about.
Yeah, it's like 50-year-old people that haven't done anything for 100 years.
They're famous for
It's
being.
all right. I enjoy that more than other shows, don't you?
Yeah, I mean they're people
Yeah.
like famous for being famous. That,
Right.
You know, you kind of want
Jar Jar Gabor.
you say what did Jar Jar Gabor ever do? I mean nobody knows. No, that was her sister.
Oh, really?
Eva Gabor.
That is wow. Is she dead or something?
I think they're both alive.
Oh,
She
that's
wasn't as-
really weird.
And she was the only one that
didn't
actually
ever do
did
nothing?
anything, I guess, you know.
That's really weird.
Baltimore Orioles, are you a big fan?
Baltimore Orioles. George Harrison had a song about it, so
That's why you wear the ball cap.
yeah,
That's a good enough reason to me.
yeah. I'm not quite as fascinating as I am when I'm in like a concentrated area, like a record. You put it in the groove, and there I am coming at you. But now here I am. I'm just.
Oh, you're
you can
quite
see I'm
interesting.
just like an average Joe.
You're quite interesting. Pretty soon you'll be moving, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna get married too. I forgot to mention that to you.
You are. When's the occasion?
Oh, you'll be invited. I'll send you an invite
When's the occasion?
soon.
Soon. How soon?
Sooner than you can shake a stick at a ball of
Who
fire.
are you marrying, Grace?
No.
Huh.
Just quit it there, all right?
Why?
No more questions. No. I must be insane though.
Why?
I'm really trying to get married.
Nice view, Daniel.
Huh?
Said this is a nice view.
Yeah, it's nice to get a good look there.
Down over the hill there is the famous Roma pizza.
What's that?
I said down over the hill there is the famous Roma's
Yep.
pizza.
I was there the other night having some pizza. Walked down last night and got a Mountain Dew.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
The house down over the hill there.
Which
You
one?
want to tell a story about that?
The blue one?
No, the white one.
That's my grandpa's house. That's where my dad was raised and everybody. And my Uncle Jack lives in it now. He lived there. And we
You lived
there
down
for
there,
a couple years
right.
when my grandpa had a stroke or whatever and took care of him for a year or two. And I thought that was going to be my house. That's what they were saying was going to be my house. But it is an old house. It's kind of...
Needs a lot of stuff done to it,
it's
or?
old. But they fixed it up. They fixed it. They put white aluminum on there and everything. And put things on the windows. And they did a lot of work to it.
Have
It's just ancient. It's too old to really...
Have your parents sold your house yet?
No. But they've already bought a house in Texas.
So they'll be moving sometime, huh?
They're planning on moving even if they don't sell it. Looks like we're not going to sell it. So.
Okay, if you don't sell it, what's going to happen? You just...
Well, they'll leave it to the realtors to try to sell it. You know?
Would you be moving out, or?
Oh, yeah, I'll have to move out when they go.
Oh.
So I don't know what... I don't know what...
I didn't know if maybe you'd just stay here until...
No, I don't think they get away with that.
Oh.
I think that I couldn't even afford to pay the electric now.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of bills.
Pardon?
You know, a lot of bills you have to
Yeah,
pay.
it
Big
takes a
house
lot
like
to
that.
keep up. And so I'm going to have to get a place of my own. I've been looking around. I went to this place in Steubenville. It's like House of
You'll
Horrors.
repute?
It's a house of horrors for mentally ill people. With all like people locked up and everything, and
Well,
they take your check and you only get $50.
Well, that doesn't sound like a good...
No, I don't want to go there.
I wouldn't go
Mom was
there.
saying today, you want to go to the House of Horrors there. What? The House of Terrible place where you should, that's where you should go. But Mom, you should go there and don't argue with us. It's the House of Terrible place to be.
What, yeah, what do you plan on doing?
I'm going to live off the land.
What land?
Good God, I feel like Scarlett O'Hara. When I see this great land around me, the woods, the trees, the leaves, the withered grass, I know that this is my land. And my land it shall be. Forever!
Good. Well said.
Well, I think that's what Scarlett O'Hara said, so.
Well, it's good enough for her to say. It's good enough for you, right?
And all it took was somebody say damn to her. Shocked her into reality. I'm not a monster. I am a monster.
Make up your mind.
You ready for the big thing? For me, you want me to tell you right now?
What's the big thing?
Okay. At this point in the future, I am in an arena battling, what do you call, galacticers, alligators.
Something. You're battling.
Well, you know, battling, the American gladiators.
Yeah,
Gladiators.
Yeah.
I'm a gladiator. And
Retired boxer.
blood. Oh, that's all over. Well, there might be some boxing too. I don't know. But that's in the future. See, the future is now, and the future is already past. What's happening in the past, okay? Let's say right now in the past, I'm being born, okay? Now that's happening right now in the past. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, Daniel.
I'm trying to, this theory of mine to people to make them understand that the future is now, and the present now is forever. Forever I'll stand here and say now is forever. And forever will be my past, happening right now, as in the future. Time is just a clock on the wall.
That's your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you believe.
You think it's good that I said that?
Yes. I think it's good that we have that on record.
Good, because I hadn't told anybody that. I've been thinking that, and I thought maybe I better not tell anybody.
I'm glad you let it out.
Feels good, like I was constipated. Editing together, can you do that?
You can with this, yes. I haven't done it yet, though.
Now is forever. And I am eternal. Whatever happens will always happen. I bet my life. Shit around.
Yes.
Or shit, something.
Yep. I can't get away from it these
That was
days.
really rude of them to dump it there, you know.
How did this get here?
Well, they have horses over the hill. This never happened before.
Let's get a shovel and take it back to them. Maybe they miss it.
Yeah, so where's that shit?
Famous circle.
Where the swimming pool used to be.
And we used to camp up here.
Yep.
Which unfortunately we probably never will again.
Well, you never know.
That's, yeah, you never know. You are like Scarlett O'Hara.
I am. This land
Is your land.
is your land. This land is my land. You go march in somebody's land and start saying, this land is your land, this land is my land. Just start running in people's yards.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
Also.
Frankenstein. Hi, Daniel Johnston again. Just trying to get into your life. A little needling, pushing, making room, coming into your life. You do Richard Nixon pretty well.
Yeah. We're talented people.
That's right. That's why we're going to make movies, make big bucks.
Make
Let's
movies
make a movie and make big bucks and buy this house.
on location.
Yeah. Why don't we make big money and big bucks?
That sounds like a good idea, you know. Daniel Johnston, he used to get into shape for his boxing matches out back here, punching this ball. Yep, many people feel was the key to his success in the music business. He gets his frustrations out this way.
This is where I get my frustration. Ooh, ow! Ow! Ooh, that hurt. I think that thing is petrified from being out here all these years.
I think you might have a suit on your hands here. No,
I got to get a new suit?
no suit on your hands, I guess. You're out of breath, Daniel.
I need a Mountain Dew bad.
Mountain Dew and what? Cigarettes. You like Mountain Dew and cigarettes. Do you live on Mountain Dew and cigarettes?
Practically.
Practically. Okay. Just a final couple of things here before we take a break and go
Okay.
get some Mountain Dews and cigarettes. How did you think? What did you think of the concert the other night, the Bob Mould?
I thought it was really entertaining. It was a real good time. He played really well, and I'm glad he played.
Makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
That was one of your favorites.
that was the one that I had really known. I didn't know any of this.
And you were waiting and waiting, and
I
the
was
last
waiting and
song he
waiting, and
did,
he finally did it, and I was glad.
it was like he knew that he was one to keep you waiting.
I yelled for it a couple times. Somebody else did. Everybody wanted to hear that. But on those tapes, he made that many Who's Could Do albums?
Oh, they.
Like 5 or 6?
Okay, I have. So there's two of them I didn't have the tapes to tape for you, and then there's two. The first two I don't have.
Wow, that's
They're
a lot.
kind of hard to find.
That's a
But
lot. That's a lot
if
of
I find them,
music.
I'll buy them. And then he has 2 solo albums. Well, he's been around about 10 years. You know, they started in the early 80s.
Yeah, I know. It adds up, man. That's wild.
Just like you. Look at all the albums you have.
Yeah.
You've been at it about the same amount as he has.
Yeah,
You've
uh-huh.
got a lot of albums out.
And like the Butthole Surfers, Gibby told me that him and Paul started. How they started was they took articles about the Sex Pistols out of the newspapers and just put them to music, and that's how they got started.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So he was telling me about it, and I said, that's when I started too.
When will the new album be out? You heard
The
anything
manager
lately?
talked to me last night. I'll be out in less than 2 weeks.
All right.
Or sooner than that.
Right.
Real soon.
And you have a complimentary copy for me,
Oh,
don't you?
oh, definitely. Definitely.
Right.
Since you're my road manager.
That's right. I am the new
Road manager.
Daniel Johnston road manager.
That's right. We're going to Pittsburgh and play.
Sounds good.
Right.
Go on tours of. I think a tour of college areas would be.
Yeah, there's a lot of colleges we could do around here.
And I think those are the people that would know you more than
Yeah, I guess.
more than anybody. I think. Comeback of the year. Don't call it a comeback. You haven't been gone.
Rejuvenation. What?
You haven't been gone.
I never left. I was always.
You've been putting out
here
albums.
somewhere.
1990 was last year. No, this year you
Yeah,
haven't.
but I
an album.
didn't. It took me a long time to get out this other one. So.
Well, look at your Michael Jackson has an album coming out this
I know,
year.
but
He's
if I
had
was-
one
if
album.
I- if
These
I was
people
doing it
don't
my
put out.
way, I'd put out 3 albums a year.
Oh, I know you would. You're kind of the Frank Zappa type.
I've got a lot of. I've got an album worth to record, written already to record. And hey. Ron, you want to get that? We tell your friends to come along too if they want.
What's that?
Tell your friends to come along.
Come along where?
Come on now.
Where are we going?
There's some rabbits up there.
Where?
Up there.
Don't say. Probably scared them away, Daniel.
They don't usually come out. Oh, there she is. She could use some dew.
Okay, you ready to go get
Yeah,
some Mountain Dew and
yeah.
cigarettes? What kind of cigarettes did you smoke?
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. His dog.
Yeah, she's a good dog.
Smelly, but
She has a stink bottom problem.
yeah.
Stink bottom problem.
I remember that many times this summer. That stink problem.
Stink bottom problem.
We all have our problems, I guess.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to have hers.
Daniel's room.
This is my Mountain Dew shrine.
And down there.
Yeah. More kills. Road kills.
There's the boys.
Yep. They are.
It was 20 years ago today.
More than that. 40 years ago today, isn't it?
No, it's like 23. Actually, 24.
The Watusi.
Twist.
Twist.
Odor otter.
I get this shit. What's the matter, Roy?
Huh?
cigarettes and stage chips.
What more
Party
could,
pop.
what more could you want out of life, huh?
Not more. How much can you ask for?
Nice afternoon.
No, you couldn't ask for any better. You know, you could ask for some chicks maybe or something, but we've got chips.
Chicks. Chips instead of chicks.
Yeah, that's right. We could
Oh,
just
well, you gotta
pretend.
make do with what you have.
I think we do pretty well.
Yeah.
No, you be in charge of party pop.
I got this on my.
Oh. What do you want, green or blue?
I don't care.
Okay.
Dan in charge of. He's in charge today. This is like a commercial.
Yeah.
Give me a mountain with nothing to do.
Is that what it said?
Oh, I don't know. That was one of the old commercials, I believe.
Oh. That's good.
Dan, you were just saying you were kind of short of breath these days. Do you think it has anything to do with your smoking?
I just can't get the mantras right.
Well, it seems like we've been sitting out here for a long time, and all of a sudden the wind kicks up and you try to light a cigarette.
Deliberately wait over the hill there and start coming up when you see the cigarette pull out. I'm doing something wrong here.
Turn your back to the wind, Aries. There's the man and his cigarette.
The man and his cigarette.
Well, Daniel, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, I don't know what to talk about. It's like I'm not really writing a bunch of songs that much anymore, and I just listen to a lot of music now.
What have you been listening to?
The Beatles. I got into the Beatles again.
Cool.
George Harrison.
Remember about 6 months ago you said, I think I'm going to quit listening to the Beatles for a while.
Yeah, I did. I quit doing it, and so I started listening to all my other records, which wasn't very many because I gave so many away. And so I started making these tapes, thinking that I was going to get this car that I got now. So I started making tapes. I started making tapes. Now I got about 55 tapes.
And it's like a madman. It's like you can't quit.
I can't. Every time I listen to music, I got to tape it.
And you're taping over songs that you already had. And
yeah, and if I don't like the song, I'll listen to an old tape that I made. If I don't like it, I'll tape over a song or something. It's pretty fun.
It's something to do, huh?
Not like I wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
That's all I was doing.
Well, you're listening to music. That's
Going to class there, mental health class.
right. It's not like you're just sitting around the house all day.
It's really hard though to go to try to get mentally healthy when I have to go to this mental illness class.
Right.
I go in there and there's people jumping around.
Is that bad?
And
It's that bad?
I was not imitating a retarded person there. I mean, it was more like, people tagging.
It's that bad?
Oh, it's terrible, And the same old people every day, and every day they say the same thing.
So
I get on the bus and this guy says to the driver, every day he says, Bill. Once he gets Bill's attention, he says, I don't know why he does it, but every single day he does this. And then then the other guy, Bob, Bob I thought was all right, but like for the last year, he comes in and says, well, them pirates. And then there's
How about your friend?
my friend Bill. Which one?
Bill.
Yeah, he's the strangest out of all. He'd come in with a mohawk and that, you know. He likes to be strange. So he's strange, but he likes to be, see? And there's a difference between being strange and liking to being strange.
Tell us about the story when he came over here.
Well, anyway, he came over here, stayed over one night, and I was smoking after 11 because we have this water cooler thing or whatever that takes the water out of the air, so it takes all the smoke out of the air by the morning, you know. And I thought it was 11 already, but my clock was wrong. So Dad comes down, Mom comes down, and they said, "Oh, you shouldn't be smoking here." So we smoked outside the whole night. So the next morning we got up to get breakfast. He was going to go to church with me, us. And she said, "Because you are a hypocrite, he cannot come to church with us." If that makes any sense to you. And I said, "Mother, you are the biggest hypocrite of all." I don't know why I said that.
What'd she say?
She didn't say anything. He says, "I can't believe you said that." You know, he was telling me the other day.
So he likes being strange just for being strange.
Yeah, he's you know, cool kind of strange.
That's good.
He's in the music and stuff.
What else have you been up to lately?
Oh, I wrote a song.
Yes.
Dale comes over and tries to get a song out of me.
What did you write?
And there was a time when I was Frankenstein. When I got your letter, I felt much better. Then came the day. In comes the brain decay. I remember all of it.
But you're writing a song, so that's good.
Yeah, at least I got a couple. Dale always comes over and forces me to write a song.
Well, somebody's got to.
I say, "Come on, let's do that." But after I get all this stuff sorted out, I really want to start writing songs again because, you know, that's what I like to do the best.
That's what you're best at.
Yeah.
Any other music you've been listening to lately, or?
Well, I listened to some Yes last night and a lot of George Harrison lately, and the Beatles and I don't know what else.
Andy Williams.
Yeah, Andy Williams. I bought a bunch of Andy Williams records, and I made an Andy Williams tape.
I see Andy Williams is coming to Pittsburgh or Wheeling or somewhere. Yeah, no.
Really?
I seen that in the paper
Let's
today.
go.
I don't know if I can handle that.
That'd be fun just to be there, you know.
I'll think about it.
That'd be
You could
fun.
take a album to get autographed, huh?
That would be beautiful. That'd be so great. Moon River.
Great song, I must
Yeah.
admit.
Mysterious.
Yes.
He was a big hit, like back in '60 whatever. Well, like, what did the people think it meant? You know what I mean?
I guess they just liked the way he sang it.
Yeah, that's more or less. A lot of times this song is just kind of the way it comes across, and you don't really understand it.
Or try
Find out
to.
100 years later, it was some kind of unfulfilled prophecy, you know.
Right.
But I don't know. I think all songs are some kind of good ones. Have some kind of truth to them, either from the past or from the future. That's why I was talking about time. Like right now. Okay, get this, right? I watch a movie, and that is a piece of frozen time, right? I was there. Okay, after the movie's over, all those people went home, right?
Right.
Should I say that?
What?
You think I should say that?
What?
Okay, that started another time, right?
Right.
They went. The movie was over making. They went home and started living the rest of their lives. And they started going through the 50s and 60s, right?
Right. Now
I
a
watched
lot of these
the
people are
movie
dead.
again. Right. I watched the movie again.
Right.
After I finished watching the movie, the characters take off their acting clothes and drive home and go on and doing through the 40s, through the 50s, through the 60s.
Right.
Okay, I watched the movie again.
Right.
Get my point?
Yes, I get your point, Dan. Very observant.
Time.
How do you feel about that?
Well,
You think that's good? That those moments are captured? Like this
oh
moment
yeah,
right here.
it's excellent. Yeah, I think it's excellent.
You may be
I
in.
only wish I could say something profound, but
Well, I think maybe you are.
well, time a lot to do with camera and photography came in a new age of. A lot of people, would call it voodoo before, and in the Old Testament it said not to make graven images and stuff. But it's a new age; it's far beyond that.
Well, just think if they had camcorders when Jesus was around.
A lot of people would have believed a lot better, maybe.
Or the Civil War. I mean, if somebody was there filming the Civil War, I mean that would be like.
Well, they got. If somebody could
They
go
got
back
pictures.
and film it or something.
Or if they could, if at the time of the Civil War they had cameras like this.
Yeah.
They could just film what was going on as it happened, like we can do now. We can have wars now and film what's going on.
That's right.
Where back then, you had pictures. We were lucky enough to have pictures of what was going on. But say like in a time of like Jesus, one of your heroes, there was no pictures as far as photography.
Right. And there were lots of painting. There was a lot of Christian art.
Right.
I think it was more important to his ideas than just what he looked like. But I mean, say if we did have movies,
right,
of Jesus healing and everything, a lot of people would believe a lot more.
Right.
If they could see that, right.
A lot of times these days, it's like you have to see it to believe it. I mean, you're just being told something, people like,
And then they show them something, and it's all fake. And then they believe that.
Right. What do you believe?
I believe in Jesus. I believe God is love, and Jesus is salvation.
Remember your cigarette?
I smoked it. It went out. I forgot to smoke it. Yep, that. I don't know what to say.
You're doing a good job.
Jesus is perfect.
In other words, you're a Christian.
Yeah.
Good. How did you feel the other day when that Vic Chestnut guy, in that song, I'm Not a Victim, said that he was a friggin' atheist? What did you feel?
I didn't like that.
But don't you feel that if he wants to be, that's his business?
Well, of course, it's his choice.
So why should you be upset by what he believes?
I just didn't like it. It's my choice too to not like it, right?
Right. Okay, can I just like drop some names, this and that, and you tell me what you think?
Okay.
Al Pompous.
Somebody should mention him. I was just thinking about him. I was going to go down and see him sometime, talk about having an art show.
He's still there.
Yeah? Why? Have you seen
I
him
know
on
he's
TV?
I know he's still there.
Yeah. I seen
My
him
sources.
on a TV advertisement.
Oh, really?
Kent. He was on there.
I didn't see that, but
That was wild because I just liked Al, It was funny. He's the one that told me to quit school.
he probably gave you good advice.
I think so. I mean, if I hadn't,
Al once knew another rock star. Could you tell us about that story?
Not Pat Benatar.
Chrissy Hyde.
Chrissy Hyde, right. He told the day about how she was drawing a portrait of herself naked, and she was naked.
Well, if she was drawing a picture of herself naked,
Right,
I imagine
it was
she
like
would
right
be.
in the class. They were all like liberal people. I would never have done that. I mean, no way,
Right.
And but there were a bunch of
To them,
liberal
it was
people
like no
doing
big
that,
deal.
thinking that it's the body and
It was
we're
so
all painting
cool,
our own
right?
bodies. We're not looking at each other. I would have liked to see that though.
Let me see what else we can drop here. Jeff Tartikoff.
Well, he's my manager, and he was in an accident lately. Somebody tried to kill him,
They didn't succeed.
and we've been trying to make a few bucks for a number of years here, and so we're still trying. Got a new album coming out.
Lewis Black.
That's wild. I didn't remember these guys. Lewis Black, he's a cool guy. He made me famous in Austin. Got me on the MTV show, really. probably, if you think about it, the way things turned out.
Tell us about your MTV appearance.
Well, I was just running around town. I'd only gotten there, wasn't there for very long, and started playing at the clubs, and so they had this place called Woodshock, right?
It was a big concert?
Carl Grasco was there from the Cutting Edge. And I remember, I forgot about this, but he was there, and he was filming me. And I gave him a tape, And then the next time I seen him, it was like a big deal that they were there. It was like officially announced. Nobody knew who he was first when I saw him at this Woodshock, right? And he was at one of my shows, and he had his camera, and I said, hey, MTV, So the first thing I knew, I was on, they were filming me just outside. And I thought, this is all right. And then they sent some people to tell me that they wanted me to film me in front of the big audience, Like a couple thousand people, more than I'd ever had before. So that was the one that got on the show.
And later, about a year later, you were on MTV again, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did this happen?
How did that? Well,
probably remembered you from the time before, right?
Yeah, they came through town. They were just coming through with Timbuk 3, because Timbuk 3 was on their label, IRS.
Right.
And so I went to go see him, and I said, hey, I got some videos. Oh, this guy walks up to me, and he says, I'm the president of IRS Records. I said, yeah, sure. Right. And he goes, I am. And when he said that, I knew he was, He says, come follow me. And we went back to the slew of people, and there was Carl Grasco and all the and IRS people there, from this record company. And I said, hey, man, I've been making some videos. He says, bring them tomorrow night at the Hole in the Wall. So I came the other night and brought it to him, and they liked one of them. They put it on. So
that was with
cool.
the Texas Instruments, right?
Yeah, but no, that was with the Rhythm Rats.
Okay, the Rhythm Rats. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got groups mixed up.
Now they don't have a show like that to get on.
No, it's been a couple years since.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and
they need a
no
show
way,
like that.
Yeah, there's no way I could get on.
Right.
Because you need your big professional video or something.
And you need, a record company that's willing to slip them a few bucks to to show your video.
Now, 120 minutes is pretty excellent.
That's about it.
But it's still, like, everything that's on there is, like, a professionally done video. And I and the Rhythm Rats and the guy Randy Kemper made that video just, in about, we were
time
just
it took
rehearsing.
to shoot it.
Right, we just rehearsed and then we did it,
Well, I guess kind of like REM. They brag about spending 20 bucks on making a video.
Yeah, but I tell you, REM, they did that and they used to brag, but their best video was the new one where they made it into a real video. That's what they should have done.
I agree, their old videos kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, the guy with a surfboard and old broken down house. I mean, I don't know,
One of the most famous videos ever was probably one of the cheapest. Can you remember which one that was?
Ever of a famous video?
One of the most famous videos ever. It was real cheap to make.
What?
Remember Van Halen's Jump?
Oh yeah.
It was like famous for being so cheap to make, and it was like one of the most popular videos ever. But
yeah, big time.
Yeah. Might as well jump.
Oh yeah, you don't need the big money to really, like, you got a fairly good camera. Say if to make a really good video, I think you could make it with this, because the one that my buddy used was pretty good, is like that. It was an 8mm though, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm sure that could take as good as that if you spent that much money. And it's silly to all these, you have to use the big equipment to edit and stuff. It's ridiculous.
And spend millions of dollars on, hundreds of thousands of dollars on making a video that's 3 minutes long.
And who's making money but these chumpo video makers, like, videos are us or something.
I did Michael Jackson's bad video.
Yeah.
So I'm important. And you have to give me money.
Photographed a couple albums, like for the Savage Thunderbirds or something.
Right.
And I was on this album where it was a compilation album of a bunch of people, and they took a picture of us.
Right.
Right, for the cover. And it cost like the guy that made it $400. And I was thinking, oh shit, let me snap the picture,
Right.
$400, this is ridiculous.
Just because the guy had some kind of name.
Move over here.
I was the photographer for the Fabulous Thunderbirds, so that's like $400. If he'd done Elvis, it'd been $1 million, right?
Oh,
I don't know.
You got fell for it. It was ridiculous.
Right. Anybody could have done what he did.
Not as good as the same as when it comes to making a record. A lot of people were paying too much.
I think some of the best-selling records are the ones that probably didn't cost millions of dollars to mix and remix and dub over and all this kind of crap. Where it takes them 3 years just to fiddle around and put the album out. Let's record it.
When somebody takes 3 years, it seems like when they put out like 5 songs, I mean, a lot of those bands sound great and everything, but it seems like they could sound better than that longer than 3 years.
Well, wouldn't you rather...
I think one thing about it is like paranoia, probably.
Right. Wouldn't you rather hear something that sounded spontaneous?
Oh, yeah, you know.
Your album sounds spontaneous.
Right, but I don't really like that, you know. I want to sound good like the Beatles. That's why I think the new album...
I think they sound...
There's a comparison with the Beatles, but that might be my dad, I guess. But, you know, I wanted to try to sound. I was trying to sound good. It was just that I wasn't, you know, ready enough. And I hope someday I'll be ready and have a real band and everything, and you know, I want to go for the big time and all, you know. I think that's what everybody dreams of that's in the independents. Well, hopefully they want to be a success. They want people to like their music. They want... That's wild. Who's Skidoo making that many albums in just 10 years?
Enjoying your smokes?
Yeah, I feel good.
Tell us about when you quit enjoying the carnival.
Well, I was really messed up. And I even had this toy gun. I was out of my head. I was so depressed and everything. Things were happening, and I was really upset. And I was even going to this psychiatrical place. And then comes the word that Mom was telling Margie, sort of, there was this thing going on. I could feel the vibes. That's taking me to an institution or someplace. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was living with my sister, and she was getting ready to move. So I found a letter in the trash from my mom and my sister, and it said something like, "We'll have to take care of him," or something. I was picking up the vibe. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I packed up all my belongings into a garbage bag, and I joined the carnival.
And?
Made corn dogs.
You made corn dogs?
I was so depressed, like, until I did that. And as soon as I did that, it just, a change came over me, and it revitalized me to be in the carnival, you know? And after a few weeks, I started smoking some marijuana. I was feeling good. It was great.
And how long were you with the carnival?
I think about 9 months.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I remember at the time when it was like you just disappeared. You didn't tell anybody what you were doing?
I was really thinking that I wasn't going to, that I wanted Daniel Johnston to off the face of the map, you know what I mean?
And rewrite the story. Start the story over.
Oh, I didn't know what. I thought like...
Why didn't you tell
anybody?
anybody?
Never hear me again, huh?
Why didn't you tell anybody? You didn't want them to know? You thought they wouldn't let you go?
Know, yeah. Didn't anybody know.
And,
no, I didn't tell anybody.
Oh, I know. There were. Your mom called and said you were missing, and about 6 months later, there's a phone call, and it's you.
Yeah.
You know.
And I had all this money, $150 a week, with no rent, right? That's a lot of money when you don't have rent.
I remember you used to call. You were out
15 bucks, quarters.
like in Colorado or somewhere, and you'd just call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you just keep saying, $2 more, please, and you throw the quarters in and talk another half hour. You know.
Yeah. Were you mad that I woke you up?
No. After the first time, I like on the weekends especially, you would call like on Friday night.
When I called Mom and Dad, and Mom goes, "You're my darling, my lamb."
What made you all of a sudden decide to call?
Well, we went to this one place and we put all the rides in, and right across the street was this old church house, Church of Christ. That's what I always went to, and I thought, there it is across the street,
Didn't you think that your parents, during that time, the 6 months that nobody knew where you're at, didn't you think they might be worried?
I didn't even think about them. I completely put them out of my mind. And when I saw the church, that's when I knew I had to call.
All of a sudden it hit you.
Yeah. It was like I like brainwashed myself. It just like left me.
Because basically, I mean, if you wanted to, you didn't have. I mean, if you were thinking about it, you could have called and said, I'm okay, and not said where you were at, right?
Yeah.
I mean, earlier, and they would at least known you were alive. I mean, there was some fears that maybe you
Yeah,
met
some
foul
people
play.
thought I was dead or something.
Met foul play.
I took my moped with me though.
Right. Give us, tell us the story about the carnival life.
Well, it was quite a lot of fun. I really, smoking and I like this girl who was going with the son of one of the owners of the carnival, and I liked him too. In fact, he gave me my first bong hit. I had a big bong. Man, I was plastered. I was hearing things. I mean, I was hearing everything that was there. You know what I mean? It was just like music to me. And I was happy. Then I knew I was happy again. And then there was Scrawny, and he was a drug dealer, and he had a gold tooth.
So you had somebody there that kind of took care of you?
Meant that the lady I worked for took care of me. In fact, I'd get so high and was being silly and stuff. They went to her and said, this is what she said, they said, that I was laughing at cups blowing by in the wind. so they wanted her to take me to a loony bin.
Right.
But she said, oh no, she stuck up for me, you know what I mean? A number of times she helped me out, so. And she told me to stop spending my money so I'd have some when I got back to Austin.
And you did?
Which is where I wanted to go, but the carnival ended in Austin. So there I was,
That was
So
great timing there, right?
It was excellent, I was going to Austin because some comic book artists from Marvel Comics told me that there was a lot of underground comics in Austin. I didn't know anything about the music.
Same.
I had no idea, that it would have been that way. In fact, all I knew was the 6th Street there, where they had all the cover bands. A bunch of cover bands, you know what I mean? There was all these, and I didn't know that there was all this
hip music
spread all over town,
How about the time you got beat up?
Oh, well, see, that was Johnny Brown. I slept in the big truck with all the stuffed toys, and there were a bunch of puppies in there, and the mother was in there also. And so I woke up in the morning, she was squeaking, the dog was barking, so I let it outside, and I forgot to shut the door. It flooded down rain, flooded all these toys, see. So that's what it was about. So I was in the Doniker, the portable toilet pooper, and kept pushing it back and forth. I goes, what's going on? Got my pants down, opened the door, and there was Johnny. Boy, I knew I was history. It's like all I remember is seeing him there, and the next thing I know, I was way over here. He hit me, and I went out. So,
And that was the end of that.
Yeah, that was it.
How about Arnie the Carney?
Arnie the Carney was my friend, and one day he comes in and grabs my guitar and starts saying, I'll do anything but breakdance for you, darling. And I thought, wow, did you make that up? Did I tell you that? Did you make that up? So I had to write a song for that,
And that was on the
Retired Boxer album.
Retired Boxer album. Do you think the carnival was a good experience for you?
Yeah, it really is. It was really...
You wouldn't want to do it again,
No,
would you?
not now.
Once was enough.
Once was enough, but it was perfect timing, for that.
That was a good time in your life to be doing that, right?
There's so many changes, I know everybody has their changes, but I just see my own life and think, wow, what a lot of changes, A lot of people go through a lot of changes, and sometimes the change can be good. You have to be brave to make a change.
Right.
Well, especially if you don't like the way things are, and you don't feel you can change them where you're at. Make a change, You have to do something, right? There's some kids up there. Who, me? No, him. He's taking a camera of you.
Well, tell her to come out here where I can see her.
Come out and get your picture taken. Come on. Disobedient young.
Hoodlums.
I see you. What? I see you. We've got you on film.
And how long did you stay in Austin?
Well,
after you quit the carnival?
I guess it was about 2.5 years, from '84, about like November of '84 to January or December of '87. How many years is that? 2? About 2.
Right. What did you do during this time? Tell us about the way you gave out your tapes.
Well, I started they had a Radio Shack real close there, and I had a duplicator. My sister gave me back my stuff, and it was the duplicator that I got for Christmas before I left, right? And so it was like, wow, now I can make duplications like I was thinking about doing. I started making tapes, and I started, when I started to go to the shows and stuff, I started to give out tapes to like anybody on the street or some, or especially girls that looked nice, you know? Or if it was a band that I thought was cool, I'd give them tapes. And
free of charge.
you know, they were cheap, you know.
And finally, like, I remember you telling me a record store would start selling your tapes, right?
Yeah, they started selling my tapes, and I would get the money for it. That was, then I could eat. Like, I'd go and take a bunch of tapes and get $5, like, for 2 tapes. Or 3 tapes, I guess, right? Hey! How can you tell? It's flashing batteries,
Yeah,
right?
it's flashing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you, really. You know.
Well, you've told me a lot.
Yeah.
That was when you were on MTV when you were in Austin.
Yeah.
How about the group Glass Eye?
Well, I saw him, and I looked in the garbage, and there was this newspaper, and I picked it up. Glass Eye something, and there was a picture of him. I read the article, and I go, Then the next day I walked up, go to my apartment. I walk in, I sit down, turn on the radio. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Glass Eye. They played their album, right? I was going, wow. So I went down to the record store every day and had them play that album for me. So I saw a poster they were going to play at this club, so I went to the club, and they were great. And when they were done, I gave them a tape.
And you became romantically involved?
Well, you know, the old ball and chain or something. I don't know what happened to me. It's a good question.
Kathy, right?
Yeah.
Enough said.
Enough said.
When's
I
that?
held on to my virginity.
Oh, we can be thankful for that, huh? You lighting up another smoke?
Yeah. That's a lot of stories are about her and continued story.
Hey, mister, this ain't Marlboro country.
I had forgotten completely about that. How'd that go?
Hey, mister, this ain't Marlboro country. We don't want no tough guys around here. Remember that? You don't remember that song?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, I think you have a commercial on your hands here. Yeah, you remember that? Hey, Mister, this ain't Marlboro Country.
I remember that, but I don't remember that was a song. Was the song I wrote? Or we put together?
I can't remember who exactly. What was it called? It was something called.
Lone Ranger
remember
on an
it?
after trip?
No, it was remember something like I'll never marry, I'll never flirt, blah 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 blah. Then you get something like, hey, Mister, this ain't Marlboro Country.
I like to hear that, man. You
I
gotta
got it
bring
on
the
tape
over.
somewhere. Yeah.
Tape, make a tape of me. 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't remember all those things. And then I tried to listen to that one time, and I thought, oh, this ain't no good.
That was
man.
good stuff.
I have to listen to
Good
it.
songs.
Well, that must be where that ain't gonna never marry thing come from.
Well, your voice was a little bit rough at the time because you were just learning to sing, but
Yeah.
the songs were good songs.
I'll have to check them out. Well, I remember some good classics there. Like Artificial Smiles. I like that. And War's Over. War's Starting.
Head up this
Okay.
this direction.
All right.
Church-going person here, Daniel. I'm not dressed to go to church or anything anyway.
You could do a documentary on me. in
Look at
the
me,
church
yeah,
singing,
stand there
singing
shooting you
and
at church, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sure that'd go over well.
I don't mind camera. Hey, get that girl. Bring her down here for the video.
Hey, Mister, this ain't Marlboro Country.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
Oh, cool country. Tell us about the toy gun you were saying.
Never mind.
I want to hear about the toy gun.
I got them toy guns now.
I want to hear about the toy gun in Austin. Sir, can we hear about the toy gun in Austin?
No, it was in Austin.
How about the Beetle books and the fruit?
Okay, when I was living in San Marcos, I was pretty crazy, and I was stealing like one nectarine after another after the garbage thing. I did. No, I mean the grocery. I think I did it once.
How about the
Well, I
Beetle
get
books?
the all-you-can-eat
Beetle books?
pizza.
All you eat?
All-you-can-eat pizza place, right?
Right,
And I just order a salad,
right.
and then I'd eat up as much pizza as I could get a hold of.
How could you get a hold of the pizza if you were
Well,
just...
they had them laid out. See.
Oh, they ever catch you?
Yeah, yeah.
What'd they say?
That was an Austin. They said, don't ever come here again if you're going to do that. If you ever do that again, don't ever come here again or something.
What'd you say?
I said, all right, I'm sorry. And she said, I think you had your share of oranges too, because I had these orange peels laying all over neat.
How did they have oranges there at the pizza
When you're
place?
starving sometimes.
They had oranges at the pizza place?
Mr. Dazzy's Pizza, I forget the name of it. Ghazi's. You hear that?
No. How about the toy gun?
Never mind.
I want to hear about the toy gun. Toy gun.
I have a toy gun. You saw me out here with my toy gun.
Yeah.
before.
Tell me about your toy gun.
I've had lots of toy guns.
Okay, tell me about the San Marcos toy gun. To get a complete story, we need to hear about this.
You really want me to tell you?
Yes.
I killed myself one night with a toy gun.
You did. That was so traumatic, or what?
Well, being pretty hard on myself, don't you think?
Yeah. You have this thing for toy guns?
I like to have a toy gun or two around.
Reminds you of
When I killed myself?
your childhood, or
Yeah.
you play Army when you were a kid?
Yeah. Who dies the best? I always won.
Cool.
'Cause when I die, I do it the best. I think that's Dad's plane. Yep.
Cool.
What's the sun look like in there?
I'm gonna putting it to the sun.
Coming back?
Is that your dad?
Where?
Is that your dad?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Got those tags on. Do you see him?
Yeah, there he is, right out in the open. See him? Right out there, coming toward us.
Check it out. Alright. Wanna go down and get some more Mountain Dew or something?
Not enough Mountain Dew for you, huh?
Doing it, Mountain Dew. Oh. Well, I guess we ran out of questions, didn't we?
No, we haven't run out of questions.
Oh,
Back to the name association.
okay.
Okay, Ringo Starr.
Greatest drummer ever.
George Harrison.
Greatest guitar player ever.
Paul McCartney.
Greatest bass player ever.
Eddie Williams.
He's a good singer. I like him.
Bob Dylan.
Ain't many people who wear as many songs as Bob has.
High school.
Has he had any albums out?
No, you in high school.
Oh,
What would
me in high school?
Yeah, tell us about you in high school.
I had a friend named Ron Harris. I talked about music. Drew pictures, drew dead dog's eyeballs.
Tell us about the band. Tell us the band story about how you quit the band, but you didn't tell your parents. They still don't know, do
Well, I
they?
got kicked out of band because I quit coming to rehearsals.
Right.
So, I couldn't tell my mom and dad they were going down to Clarksburg. So I asked my friend Ron if I could come to his house, spend the weekend, and act like I was going. So we did it. Came back and went to Ron's house. And when the band came back, we asked them what the score was, and I came home and they never said a word about it.
Tell us. I thought the most fascinating thing was after that you had a big banquet and you went and your parents went and it was like nobody ever said a word.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
You were afraid that somebody would say something.
Nobody said a word.
And to this day, they still don't know that you quit the band.
Well, I'll tell you show them this video again.
That is one of the great mysteries there. You've still never told them.
Well, why would I tell them now?
I thought it was funny though.
Hey, she's just the same, just yelling at me about everything anyhow. She wonders why I don't want to go down there and live with her in Texas.
Why don't
Tell
you
me
want
the
to go?
truth, would you?
Why don't you want to go to Texas?
Would you go down there and live with that lady? Would you?
Do you like it around here that much, or you just don't want to go there?
I like it around here.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Touring in the future. Is that in your future?
Well, I think we'll just experiment with it here for a while with Ron Harris. He's a man called Ron Harris.
Your new road manager?
Yeah, and we could go around and play different places and see how it goes.
That sounds like a good idea. I mean, it'd be very, just throw the guitar in the back seat,
No problem.
fill the gas tank up, and go driving, man.
That's right.
Get to the gig and step up there and play for a while, and then on to the next place.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty interesting. I think you're fairly well known. Would you say that?
Nah.
I mean, within a certain amount of group of people.
Well, it's not enough. I mean, I want everybody. I want me to be at least in the newspaper that everybody gets on their front doorstep. That doesn't mean they're going to read about me or care about me. I want to get enough to everybody that might care about me or might like my music. I want to get out there to everybody. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the big time. I don't want, and this is all just like boxing, working my way up. It's all right. I don't mind. I think I've come a long way, really. Just having albums out is real cool for me, but it's not cool enough until it's the tops.
Top to top?
And I'm talking about LTA. You know what that stands for?
What's that?
You know what it stands for. Tell them.
No, I don't know.
Long-term artist. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. That was in Cream that one time.
Right. I remember. I remember it well, about Elvis.
That's what I want to be. I haven't even warmed up yet. I spend so much time just, going to this mental health class and stuff.
Can you tell us, I remember having some discussions this summer about, you're saying what you think the future could be, as far as music, about everything getting so great and stuff.
Oh, about everything?
Yeah, you were saying how
it's really the dawn of a time, a new era. I think that art will become so entertainment will become so great that it'll influence everything into becoming greater still. I'm talking industry, scientific discoveries. I'm just talking about such a great inspired art come to a head and get better and better that it'll affect everything to become greater. A resonance beyond resonance. Resonance beyond revolution.
Right. Do you think that could actually happen?
It's supposed to happen.
According to?
The Bible, I guess, but I can't find it in there.
It's Sunday. You going to church today?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Enjoying your cigarette again.
It cools you.
Cool.
Cools you down.
Cool dude. Elvis Costello.
Cool guy. Cool music. Great. I wish I had all his albums. I don't have his albums anymore.
What was the best concert you've ever seen?
Let's see.
That inspired you, say?
Inspired me?
Did you ever go to a concert and come home and just be so inspired to write songs and?
Yeah, the Dylan concert. I felt that way. But all the concerts, I've seen so many good ones like Bruce Springsteen back in the 80s, and Dylan and the Clash, and Elvis Costello, and those were some pretty good shows to go to,
About the best.
We haven't seen that many shows for a long time.
That's right.
I'd like to go start seeing shows like that again,
Tell us about your meeting with Arlo Guthrie.
Well, I came in the back door because I didn't have enough money to pay a ticket. I walked down the store, walked down these one stairs.